Hey, friend Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, I was going to make a show about my bored apes, but somebody stole them. Non-Fungible Treats is a 6% sour ale from Southern Grist Brewing Company in Nashville, Tennessee. It's not every day that a beer from Southern Grist hits the shelves here in Michigan. Let's hope that changes sometime soon. Now, while there's a lot of great beer from Michigan, it's nice to see what else is going on outside in the world out there. And thanks to the recently passed Nucleate Festival, with a little help from our friends at M4, Southern Grist beer is now here for a limited time. With it being a limited time thing, I wanted to try it out. Again, give you guys some visibility to see the offerings that are out there. But as you know, the question I'm always asking, regardless of the gimmick about what the beer is it a good beer? And is it something that you want to drink? So let's get a look at the label. We'll get it into a glass just to figure all that stuff out. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer, David Jeffries, and Cam Freeman for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, maybe just throw me a couple bucks to buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos Tuesdays and Thursdays, a day early, and a few other special perks that are available only to patrons. Now, if the whole monetary thing isn't your thing, let's just share this video so we can spread the word, not only about Michigan craft beer, but other beers that are available out on our shelves, just to know if you're picking up the thing that's right for you. So let's look at the label here. If we look at the front, it's got a really cool, like, pale, I don't know if this is like a pale orange or a beige look to it. And we have the Southern Grist Brewing Company logo. It's like the state of Tennessee with a little wheat growing through it. And it says Non-Fungible Treats. And it is a carrot in a frame. And he's got a pair of sunglasses on. He's holding a piece of carrot cake. And underneath that, this is a collaboration with Vitamin C Brewing, and there's their logo. It looks like a sun with some kind of waves of grain. If we turn it to the side here, it says Southern Grist 1 pint 6.0 alcohol by volume. Keep cold, drink fresh, right click, save as. And this is a carrot cake a la mode style sour ale brewed with carrot puree, vanilla ice cream mix, cinnamon, and a hint of nutmeg. This was canned in April. It's a little smudged. I think it says April 10th, 2022. On the other side of the label, just tells you this is brewed and canned by Southern Grist Brewing Company in Nashville, Tennessee, and the government warning. So I'm going to go a little out of the ordinary. I guess probably it's not that out of the ordinary. I'm going to use my Draft Therapy Tiku glass. We're going to put crack this and put a nose on the can. And we'll see what this is all about. It looks a little kind of light, but let's put a nose on it. Oh, man. That is very cinnamony, very carrot forward. Smells pretty sweet. I'm not picking up on much of a sour, even a kettle sour kind of note, but let's go ahead and pour it and we'll see what we get here. Coming out pretty pale. I want to say I was expecting it to be maybe more of a pinkish or, I don't know, maybe not so orange. I guess with all that carrot puree, you would kind of expect it to be this color. This is going to be the max head here. We're getting maybe a finger. That's being super generous. I don't think we're going to get, yeah. I mean, it's already just dissipating. It's a little bit off-white, but this beer itself is super orange. Let's hold it up here. It's got a bit of a haze to it, actually. I was expecting it to be a little bit clearer. Even on the pour, I can see the shadow of my fingers through it. I'm not able to see any detail in my fingers, though. A little bit of carbonation rising up there. Let's put a nose on it. All right, I'm going to be honest. This smells like carrots, cinnamon, nutmeg. It smells perfumey, like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I want to like it because it sounds really interesting. So I think they put that ice cream mix in there to kind of thicken it up. But let's talk about the mouthfeel first. Cheers. Pretty light, pretty refreshing, pretty crisp, actually, for being a sour. Obviously, it's not super thick. This isn't like one of those heavily fruited sours, but it does have a bit of a kind of a silky kind of mouthfeel, but it does cloy a little bit. Like I'm holding on to some notes here. Let's talk about the flavor. It's very interesting. So definitely on the upfront, getting that nutmeg, getting that cinnamon, getting that sweet flavor There is a lot of a carrot flavor that comes through. It's not quite, I ate a lot of carrots, so I'm pretty familiar with how carrots taste. I'm not getting like this really major kind of carrot vibe out of it. I'm definitely getting a carrot flavor, but I think the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and that vanilla really kind of push the flavors. Then you're getting this, it's a really kind of intense sweetness. It's almost too sweet. It's almost like a sickening sweet. And then on the aftertaste, it's this, it's like a perfume, like someone sprayed perfume and you walk through it with your mouth open, you know, like, and you kind of bring all that in, you're getting all that. It's not my favorite thing, but it's an interesting flavor for sure. Yeah, it's, not my favorite. You're like I said, you're definitely getting all those spicy kind of flavors, all those, it definitely has like a carrot cake vibe to it. You even almost get this, what is it? Not sour cream, but cream cheese kind of sour cream frosting. You almost get that cream cheese frosting kind of vibe in there too. But you do get a little bit of that carrot, but you're definitely getting a strong nutmeg, a strong cinnamon, strong vanilla. Again, almost like a cream cheese frosting kind of flavor. So if you're looking for something that's like a carrot cake and a beer, this really has a lot of those characteristics of a carrot cake in it. The sourness that's in here isn't really sour enough. Like it feels like it needs a little bit more of that sour to balance out all the sweet. And I've been feeling lately like a lot of sour beers that call themselves sour, are just like a way to experiment and throw a bunch of flavors into a beer and fruit and different stuff and say it's a sour because we don't have a big like contingency of people that are looking for fruit beer, or I guess they don't like to call it fruit beer, they like to call it sour. So this is in that same kind of category. There is a little bit of sour on the finish, on the tail end, but there's not a lot of it. It's a really interesting beer. I'm feel it's I feel like it's definitely a bit of a gimmick kind of beer, and I feel like if I wanted to really do, I feel like to really do Southern Grist justice, and talking about their beer for the first time on the channel, it may have been a better idea to go with like an IPA or something that more people are kind of into. This one, again, it's kind of like, I feel like this is like a one and done. This is like a gimmick beer. Like, oh, you see it and it's, haha, NFT, non-fungible treats, hee hee. You know, that's funny, and you'd pick it up and you try it like I did. And you talk about it on video like I am. I don't, maybe you don't do that. Maybe that's just me. But I don't know if this is something that I would ever pick up again. It's not like abjectly awful, and it's not really all that bad, but I feel like it's just a little bit too sweet. There's a little bit too much going on. It definitely says, what does it say here? It says carrot cake a la mode style sour ale. Okay, I definitely see the carrot, but it's not overpoweringly carrot. Vanilla ice cream mix, check. Cinnamon, check. A hint of nutmeg. I feel like it's a little bit more of a hint, more than a hint. You do get, like I said, you are getting a little bit of that kind of sour cream, cream cheese, cream cheese frosting kind of flavor, not sour cream frosting, flavor in there. So it definitely kind of hits, I guess it checks some of the boxes that you look for a carrot cake. But I don't know what kind of person would put themselves through drinking more than one of these at a time. This is kind of like one of those things where you buy it and you want to share it with a bunch of people. Like, hey, let's try that crazy beer that Southern Grist did. Again, I feel like I probably should have, you know, picked a better representation of Southern Grist, but this one just sounded so fun. And it is a fun beer, but I don't think I could drink more than one of these, and I don't think I would buy this again unless it was like a goof and I wanted to have somebody else try it. I just think maybe a more traditional style beer, or a traditional style with maybe even some other kind of quirk or some other kind of wrench thrown in the whole thing, would have been a better representation for me to pick for Southern Grist. But this is what we got. This is what I picked up. So I would love to try other beers from Southern Grist. I just don't know if I'll try this one again. All right, friends, that has been Non-Fungible Treats from Southern Grist in Nashville, Tennessee. Have you had this beer? Have you had some, maybe you have another favorite from Southern Grist? Do you care at all about beers that are from out of state that are dropping here in Michigan, or do you think that I should just stick to the homegrown breweries? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, if you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about beer twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. and you might miss your newest favorite, or you might avoid maybe a little bit of a clunker if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. If you are subscribed and getting those notifications, share this video like I mentioned earlier. Let's widen the net. Let's get more people into craft beer. You don't want to pick up something you're not going to like, so watch these videos to see if it's something you're going to like. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are. These guys are in Nashville, Tennessee. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Cheers.